What's up everybody and welcome to another Jeep video. As you can see, I've got these stock hinges, and the other day going down the interstate I had my first ever extreme hood flutter, and if you don't know what that is, it's where the hood bounces up and down because of the rubber on the latches. So today I'm going to take these latches and turn them into these latches.
Jeep. A car without windows. A car for not pussies.
Hey Bobby, make sure to bring the surfboard. Guess what we're driving tonight? Mom, let me borrow the Jeep.
Alright, so first this is everything that comes with your package when it comes in. It has the two latches here, as well as all of the bolts and nuts and these little spacers. It also comes with 3 different size Allen keys. It also comes with these instructions, which I found really difficult to read because the pictures were so small and so low def. For this project, you'll just need a 13mm socket, a 10mm socket, and a ratchet, as well as the Allen keys that came with it. Alright, let's get started by opening up the hood latches. I'm going to pop the hood up so that we can get to the grill. Now I don't think this is 100% necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and take off the grill just so I can get back behind the fender. So you're just going to pop off these little tabs. There should be 6 of them across the top. There's one there, and one right here, and then of course they're the same there on the other side. Alright, now after you've got those all out, you're just going to pull forward on the grill. Now I'm going to get my ratchet with the 13mm socket on the back side of the fender here so I can start loosening up the bolts on the back side of this latch. After I get it started, I can just move it out of the way, get my fingers back there, and continue to unscrew it. After I get it loosened, I'm going to make sure that I get it out of there without dropping it down in the fender. And there you go. Now I'm just going to wiggle around on the latch until it comes loose. And there you go. Now we have one down. Alright, now on our new latches, we're going to have to use the Allen key that came with it and take the latch off of the mounting bracket so that we can get to the back side of this bolt to tighten it to the side of the fender. Now we're going to use a microfiber towel with a little bit of water on it just to kind of clean the area and get all the dirt off of it. As you can see, a side-by-side comparison. See how thick and sturdy the new metal ones are compared to the flimsy rubber factory ones. Alright, so now we're getting ready to mount it. We're going to put this little spacer on the back. It'll line up perfectly with the holes. There you go. Now we're just going to take the bolt that came with it, run it through the hole. It came with some nuts that go on the back, but I'm going to actually be using the ones that came with the factory because they have a built-in washer on them, and I think that it'll just fit in a little bit snugger on the back. So I'm going to tighten it down with my hand first. Then I'm going to get my ratchet back in here behind, back on the nut, so that I can tighten it up. Once I have it on there, I can use the Allen wrench and tighten it down. Alright, now I'm going to put the screws back in the side of the latch and use the Allen key to tighten it in. Alright, now we're going to jump on to the other side. We're going to get the ratchet here on the back of the fender so that we can get to the nut. And we're going to go ahead and break that one loose. Once we have it loose enough, we'll just get our hand back there behind it so we can loosen it the rest of the way. Again, making sure we don't drop it down inside the fender. Alright, now we're just going to wiggle this one loose, pull it off. As you can see how flimsy the rubber is on these latches. We're going to get out our microfiber towel and just clean up the area a little bit. Now we're going to put the plate on the back, and from there we're going to run our bolt through. Take the factory nut and put it on the back. We're going to tighten it by hand first. And then from there we'll put our ratchet on the back side of it so that we can tighten it up with the Allen key. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put the rest of the latch back on. We're going to slide this little piece through so that we can put the screws in on the side. Once we get them each started by hand, we'll be able to use the Allen key to tighten them out. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put the grill back into place. After we push it in down on the bottom, then we're just going to go across the top and put these little clips back in. Start out by putting the bottom part of it in. And then I'm going to go back through and put the pins in. So they have this little pin, you're just going to take it. It only fits in one way and then it'll just click into place. Alright, now that those are all in, we can move on to the top part of the latch. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the hood down. Alright, so I used a box to kind of prop it up so that I can work with this a little bit easier, but there's 2 bolts on the back with the 10mm socket. I'm going to loosen it, and then from there I'll just take it the rest of the way off by hand. After I get both of the nuts off the back of it, I'm going to set those to the side so that I can use those in place of the ones that came with it. I'm going to grab my microfiber towel. I'm going to clean that area up a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to run the bolts through. I'm going to take off the 2 nuts that came with it so that I can use the ones that have the washer attached to it. I'm going to put a spacer in. Now they come with these little latches, the pieces on the top, as you can see right there. But after I first got it mounted, I was having trouble getting the latch to close because you have to have it in a certain spot. So I went ahead and took them off, and I found out that it sealed up very well without them. So I kind of just scratched that whole piece of the install. Again, the pictures on the instructions were not very good, so it's kind of hard to tell how they even used it in the first place. So I'm just going to use the Allen key and put the 10mm socket on the back and tighten them down really good. Alright, now that I have that tightened, I'm going to bring it down to test fit it. And it latched really strong, it's really tight, so I knew that was a good spot for it. And now I'm just going to go through with the Allen wrench and tighten all of the screws on the latch. Alright, now we're going to start on the other side. You're going to do the same thing. Just going to take off the 2 10mm nuts off the back of the bolts. I'm going to hold onto those. So wiggle it around a little bit till it comes loose. Grab my rag and clean it up a little bit. I'm going to take off the nuts that came on it. Put my spacer on. And then use the factory nuts on the back. Now if you need to, you can leave it a little bit loose so that you can line it up and make sure that your latch is good and tight, so you can bring it up and down as many times as you need to and kind of test fit it and see exactly where it needs to be before you tighten it all the way down. Alright, I finally got it adjusted where I wanted it. Then I'm going to test fit it, make sure it latches nice and tight. And then it's good to go. Alright, so this is what they look like. It's a nice black finish on my blacked out Jeep. Afterwards, I'm going to take a Ziploc baggie, label it, and put the leftover parts in there. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
Show up to your school, everyone says cool car, but really they're calling you a douchebag? Jeep. Find a pound of turkey deli meat? Jeep. Want to have no protection when you get T-boned? Jeep.
What's this? You've seen this video and be like, what the fuck, dude?